So, okay, we're
it's
away to the
a
races,
big
and
one.
it's a favored niece.
Three
extra fate.
Matt was saying that favored niece is the clutch play. Whoever gets the favored niece.
She's a key card in this matchup for sure.
Yeah.
Because so many of your cards against Scorpion are just junk.
Yeah, you got to cycle.
They're not priorities in the matchup. They're useful, they're fine, but there's other cards that are more important. So your ability to fine-tune your hand, rip through your deck, and you can see just by how much fate he's invested in her.
That she's important.
Yeah.
She is going to stick around. I think in the course of this tournament, I've never seen 3 fate on a character. So that says straight away just how important this card is to Matt's strategy and how he wants to play this game. And that card is never going into a battle. That one's never going into a fight.
She probably will. It's not like Old Elf anymore. She can go into a fight safely.
But she'll get fate worse than death.
And it'll take 1 point of her 3 points of fate off her, and he'll already have cycled both his cards by then. He can cycle the cards anytime he likes.
But this is 6 cards worth of cycle, and that's a significant advantage.
So he can cycle 2 cards before doing his conflicts.
Oh, I understand.
And then he can go in, and then the fate worse than death.
But that'll take a turn off. It could be there could be any number of reasons.
For 4 fate, you know, that's not an insignificant expenditure. And
actually,
think about this.
Maybe, yeah.
Both players are running Forged Edicts.
That's true.
Fate worse than against Dragon. A favored niece from the other side too, and he's considering
how much he's going to put on this favored niece.
1,
2. Will he match it and go 3? I reckon you do. You kind of have to. You're not going to want to have a card disadvantage here.
No, certainly not. A card quality disadvantage, but like Forged Edict is going to be vitally important in this matchup. But with Dragon, when you play your Fate Worse Than Death, you know it's going through. There's nothing they can do about it, and the only answer they really have is Finger of Jade, which is on the table. You can see it.
Or Censure if they're running it, but that is also a telegraphed play somewhat.
Whereas in Scorpion, the prospect of a Forged Edict coming down.
Oh, it's immediate and it's unreadable basically.
And it's so reliable.
Yeah.
You sort of have to assume it's there.
You do. You have to play around it. It's true.
Usually Liar coming out as well.
So interestingly, I wonder how this is going to play out for the two of them. So this is Matt investing 3, Jeremie investing 1 on his favourite niece.
So what I actually see here, and it's fine because Matt spent all his fate, so it's okay. So I was thinking about the danger that Mono no Aware poses to Jeremie right now.
Yeah.
But with no fate in the bank, I think it'll be reasonably safe that it's not coming down. So they're both on the same honor, so the strongholds will be not doing much.
Irrelevant for the time being.
So the Yogo Shigenja coming out could be hugely important.
Could be. Cloud the Mind.
Cloud the Mind shutting down that favored niece, making Matt dependent on seeing one of his 2 let goes.
Yep.
He's only running 2. And then that 3 fate investment that he put on her becomes a total waste. She's a 2/2 courtier. Her stats are terrible, and he's dropped 6 fate on her.
It's a massive investment.
Cloud, it's a serious turnaround in terms of economy.
And you can see it. He's representing the Cloud the Mind here because he's kept 2 fate open.
But it's too late. The expenditure is made. He doesn't need to bluff it. She's there.
She's there, yeah.
So we will potentially see Matt. Matt's going to bid 5 because Matt's a maverick who doesn't play by the rules. We're going to see a bid of 5 from him, and he's going to be digging for that let go. You've got to assume. In Shocking Twist, it's a 5 from both players, putting Matt up to 9 cards in hand, and Jeremie to 9 cards in hand.
So Matt, the active player, he's going to get to do something first.
He's not wasting any time.
Yeah, goes straight to it.
He's discarding a Wave of the Scorpion, which does nothing in this matchup.
Basically a blank card.
Literally a blank. And we're seeing
the
same answering play from Jeremie. Very good.
And I guess the next thing here would be just to do it again, just get max value.
Keep going. Fear the Cloud of the Mind, and he's ditching a Cloud of the Mind of his own.
Interesting. He doesn't have the Shigenja.
Oh, really interesting. He's got 2 City of Lies.
Oh, that's going to be important.
If he could, there's no way for him to get any extra fate this turn. So he still can't really threaten the Mono no Aware, but 2 City of Lies. I don't think he can keep both, but I don't know. The man's a madman.
He is. He's crazy.
So we're seeing.
He's no Sean Frank, but.
Favorite niece activated again, so both players have now resolved favorite niece twice. And Matt
City of Lies.
Activated City of Lies. what is he? I will expect to see him stack them up, but what do you think he's going for here?
I don't know. I mean,
or what's he showing? What's he trying to suggest to Jeremie he might have by saying, "I activate my City of Lies"?
Maybe Mono no Aware, but even then, he can't do it.
He cannot represent that threat.
No, I don't actually know what 2-cost card he could possibly be showing here. Maybe no, not even charge. Charge is irrelevant, and it'll go away at the end of the phase or at the end of the turn.
Yes.
End of the phase.
Phase, I think.
I think it's phase.
Sure. We're during the conflict phase now, so like I mean.
Well, yeah.
It's a long phase.
It's a long phase. It's long. It's where all the action really happens.
I suppose he could be saying calling in favors. That's a one-face event.
Calling in favors to steal what?
I don't know. Stone of Sorrows, maybe. Well, he's seen the deck list, so.
Yeah.
If only we could see the deck lists. And maybe we could see what he's trying to throw out here. So you see, by having to reach that little extra distance across the table to manipulate the ring
expended
tokens,
energy.
And he's like, in his mind, he's thinking he's crossing into enemy territory. He's crossing that psychic barrier.
But look at him now, subtly, gently move them more towards the center.
Into the contested territory.
The demilitarized zone.
That Rubicon of table running down the middle there.
It's a lovely word. That's why we have you on stream, Jack. So I think Matt passed his first conflict, wants to give initiative, wants to sort of bait something out here, I think.
Force Jeremie to make a decision.
Yeah.
Put that mental load on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And why not? I mean, this game is going to be a long one.
So both players deeply considering their actions here. Jeremie's going for the Ring of... Interestingly, the Ring of Void. So a lot of the time when you're dealing with a big stacked up character with a ton of fate and like that, Void becomes a less attractive option.
Yeah.
Because, you're saying, I'll remove one fate from this turn, they'll still be around next turn. But I think what's happened here is that Jeremie is rightfully recognizing the shameful display.
Is that a shameful display?
Because this is the handful of times where Scorpion, that favored niece, she's too glory.
That also means that he's going to gain a fate here.
Yes. So Mono no Aware, all of a sudden
it's
so there we go, we were wrong. He can gain fate.
Yeah.
So the favored niece is going to 4/4, and she's going to be around for a long time.
She is.
You tell me again she's never going to a conflict? She's in a conflict right now. And I expect with her stats 4/4, we may see her participating in other conflicts in the future.
I can only imagine. One can only imagine.
Maybe as many as one conflict per turn.
Now this is a military conflict, so this is... We could see Legion of One, but it won't proc for the second second
at best it's +3, which with the Yogo being dishonored and down to 1 military strength, the Legion of One will put it at 4. That will be enough actually. It'll be enough to tie. It'll be enough to claim the ring.
But he's not going to invest.
You're not a commentator. Go the fuck away. So.
Jack being polite as ever.
That's Jack too, you see, so he's the rude one.
So Matt, I think explaining something here, maybe?
Or possibly querying the judge.
Who
knows, just some trashy table talk.
Could be.
Trying to get more of those mind game tendrils.
Just being like blasés, like
talking about the weather, local sports teams.
Yeah.
We've no way of knowing.
So how about them Patriots?
Go Patriots. So the Bushy Liar is going for the Ring of Earth.
I think that's a good one.
It's perfectly in line with the priority.
I'm not sure.
I
can't really catch the
4-strength province. But it's perfectly in line with the priority he placed on the favored niece. He's recognized the favored niece is the most important card in the game. Then that means that card draw and card management and cycling through your deck is the most important thing. Even though Jeremie's hand, like a lot of the time with Earth, you feel like you're going for because you want to put pressure on their hand.
Absolutely.
He's got 9 cards in hand, he's happy out. So dropping from 9 to 8, that's not a big hit. I think this is more about, from Matt's side, wanting to see another card, just get one card deeper, looking for that those crucial answers. That if we had the deck lists, we could tell you what they were.
The other thing, interestingly, that so let's talk a little bit about the rings and what rings are actually going to be relevant in this game. Air, it seems, is going to be completely irrelevant.
Until the end. It's going to be irrelevant until it's not.
Until someone's on one honor, it's irrelevant.
I don't know, but it doesn't even need to be that low, especially if they potentially are going to tiebreakers, which it's Scorpion, very plausible.
Well, actually, the thing is with the strongholds is they're both on 10. As soon as if you take one...
So yeah, it'll take something happening in the game to create a 2 or 3 point spread between them, and then you might see air become important. While they're hanging out within a point of each other, it's not going to matter.
It's completely irrelevant.
Fire,
I think is important because...
water, void, all potentially...
absolutely, and Earth.
I think Earth is probably going to be the key contested right now.
I actually think with the current board state, Fire is not a bad prospect.
Against the favourite niece, totally neutering his capacity to launch challenges. Really interested to see if he is going to go for, because a Mono no Aware here would be amazing for him.
It would really,
and with the
change
fate
things.
he got from his secret reveal and the 2 fate he's got, and there's
a Cork games coming down
to dishonor the favourite niece. So now the favourite niece is reduced to zip 0.
And Forged Edict now is out of the game. Right?
Correct. Yeah. Well, unless he Forged Edicts, but then that's
but
pointless.
Then that's pointless. He's getting dishonored.
Yeah, Forged Edict is and this is a big priority in Scorpion. Not just in Scorpion versus Scorpion, against Scorpion. It can often be really worthwhile to focus on dishonoring characters, even if that's not going to reduce their stats or improve your board state, just to take Forged Edict off the table.
Yeah.
Or to constrain their ability to play it.
Absolutely. And I think Jeremie is recognizes this, and he's thinking a lot before he puts this token on. He's got an assassination in his hand, and I think that's what he's really thinking about. It's whether or not he drops it, and he does.
Playing it, so Forged Edict
here
come down
is really harsh.
It's much easier for Matt to play it because the Bushi Liar is 0 glory.
That's true.
But he's not. He's letting it go through. Oh no, he's not. Forged Edict comes down. The Bushi Liar gets dishonored. So that's another card played by Matt.
So the dishonored status is not currently on the...
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. And here comes policy debate.
Ouch.
Oh, but normally with policy debate, when we've seen it played at this tournament, it's massive bullying. I'm 6 points ahead. This policy debate's been played
3v0.
3 versus 2.
But okay, there was a court games played. Was there a return court games played? There was a return court games played. Okay, I missed that. So.
That's brave because if he loses this.
But maybe he's fainting.
Maybe this is just a way to suck some honor down.
Yeah.
Because he wants to get his stronghold ahead now, because he's vulnerable to the stronghold, right?
Yes.
So by playing the policy debate, he can bid high to get a win.
Absolutely.
Suck some honor back.
Yeah.
And then it's
the flip flop is happening.
I say give some honor away, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
And that way his stronghold's online. It's Scorpion confused me.
It's a mad matchup. It's really, really strange.
And we can see that the complexity of the bids here. This is probably the longest we've had to wait for a bid to come out.
This is legitimate, and actually, I think it's a really good play that he's gone in with a one advantage.
He can win.
He's opened up all 5 pieces of the dial basically. Yeah. Everything is a legitimate bid here.
And he kind of wins. If he wins the duel, he gets the card. If he loses the duel but gets the honor, that's good.
That's also a win. He's put himself in a win-win situation here with this duel. It's just how does he want to progress in this game? What does he want to get out of this turn? Is it information?
And he's still thinking about the bid. Matt's mind game's taking their toll.
Absolutely.
And okay, he's made his decision, and we're seeing 3 versus 5. No, 1 versus 5.
1 versus 5. So he's giving away the honor.
He's giving away the honor.
Getting the information.
Activating his strongholds.
Yep.
In a way, with Scorpion versus Scorpion, you kind of have to consider the honor.
And he sees Cloud the Mind straight away. And Assassination, Forged Edict, Bonsai.
The honor in the game is kind of
and Fate Worse Than Death.
A shared pool.
It is, yeah.
Like they're basically both working with the same total amount of honor. It's going to pass back and forth between them over the course of the game.
Yep. There is a continuum of honor. It is a conserved quantity.
Thanks, Andy. I knew you'd have the technical. So his hand goes back. Forged Edict gets hit.
Well, I think most critically here is that the information that Matt now has is really, really vital because he knows everything that can be done here. He knows everything that can come down. He sees the extra assassination in hand. He sees.
He claims Earth, drawing a card, discarding a card at random from Jeremie's hands.
And the strategy that Matt can now formulate with full information.
And another court game.
Another court game's gone. That's all 3 court games gone. That's super, super hard.
Well, it just means that Jeremie's ability to
contest political conflicts
and to contest forged edicts.
Yes,
which I think is probably in terms of court games versus Scorpion, it's probably more important. So Matt's claiming the favor for politics, and Matt, that was 2 bids of 5 in that turn. Matt has pulled ahead in terms of cards 7-6.
And that's important. That's super important.
So that wearing him down over the course of the game, getting that attritional advantage in terms of cards, is a big part of what's going to decide this matchup. We can see the province there now is Meditations on the 10.
So both players changing a little bit on honor there. So we've got 9 honor, plays 6.
Stronghold activated.
Yes, Stronghold activated from that. And also 2 dishonored players, or 2 dishonored characters leaving play. So that drops them both down 1 more. Political favor comes onto Matt's side.
Oh, he kept both City of Lies.
Interesting.
That's really interesting to me. And the flips didn't punish him. He got 2 big meaty choices. Either of those characters he can be happy with.
Oh, absolutely. Either he'll chase down politics or he'll chase down military. Might actually be nice to get the.
Well, he's got a military threat from the favourite niece.
That's true.
She's 4 military.
4 military.
Hiroe is probably the more powerful choice in that regard. Again, because Hiroe is a way that he can keep dishonouring Jeremie's guys, keep forged edicts as a non-issue.
And the tempo advantage that she provides by locking out another character.
The one consideration, of course, is that this is not Matt's initiative. So Jeremie is the first player. Jeremie is the first player of this game, or this turn, I should say, which makes Hiroe slightly less intimidating. He's still a motherfucker. Don't get me wrong, but so the Bayushi Liar, very, very deceptively powerful little 2-drop. Probably one of my most powerful Scorpion cards, I think, overall, even. His capacity to just bully players and force them to take defenses they really don't want to for such a small investment of fate and other resources. It's a very, very powerful card.
So the big question here for me now is, how much fate do you put onto Hiroe? Do you again want her to stick around for a couple of turns? Because if you put fate on her, you're now saying to your opponent, I'm not going to play Mono no Aware.
It really depends on what you have in hand, doesn't it?
Yep.
I mean, or that you want to, or what you're trying to show you have in hand.
Yep.
I think if you're looking at, if you have some big bomb in your hand that's worth a bunch of fate, or you're afraid, there's nothing on this side of the table from Jeremie that says, oh my god, I need to save 4 fate to blast that and chuck it down the well.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to represent the Fate Worse Than Death, because the Fate Worse Than Death isn't a card that's hugely powerful.
Hugely powerful, yeah. Plus, he doesn't know what Matt has in hand. There could be another Forged Edict there.
Yeah. But so then the question becomes, what from his hand could he want to represent Kuchiko?
Possibly.
Always powerful. Unassuming Yojimbo, doesn't need to spend too much there. I think if I'm him, I'd probably spend a lot on Hiroe and pass.
I think he's already passed.
Oh, he just bought nothing?
He bought nothing.
Oh,
so he's representing the big play from hand.
So Kuchiko for sure then.
And he is running charge, so he could charge her in.
Yeah.
And just get a small amount of value in 1 turn from her. And not go for the big investment.
So here come the bids. Jeremie looks at his hand, considering. I feel like just in terms of his pace of play and his sort of behaviour at the table.
That's a 5. He's as good as his word.
Yeah. Matt is. Oh no, Jeremie has. Jeremie
bid 3, I think.
But Matt took the honour.
I think it was 4. It was 4v5.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
So this will get them back onto parity. Matt will proc the strongholds, bring them back onto. Actually, it'll just flip things in the opposite direction. So he'll turn, and then actually just Jeremie will do the same thing right back, and you'll be back where we started. Just both bow your strongholds, guys. And then, yeah, there you go, just simultaneously bow your strongholds and keep the honor totals the same.
What a waste of time.
That box does nothing.
So
what I'm interested in here is there's quite a wide board for Jeremie.
Yeah.
He's got options.
He can threaten multiple rings this turn quite easily.
From an outward appearance, Matt doesn't have an awful lot of potential in his attack or defense, but he is holding things back. We know that he's going to be playing something from hand, that very, very large hand he has right now.
11 cards for both players by my count.
So Cloud the Mind comes in. That's
very important, but he's had now 10 cards to see a let go. And it's a meek informant coming down, so he's going to get to look at Jeremie's hand again, new information.
See those new cards.
And he's hiding them from us because he wants to keep the suspense alive, you know, for the sake of us at home here, rather than reveal that information.
Some we've seen before already.
But, you know, as we saw in the last game, Matt's a player with a flair for the dramatic.
He is.
You know, he's an entertainer first, you may say, and a winner second.
He does win a lot, though.
Well, he's won at least, what, 6, 7, 8 games to get here?
Yeah.
Out of 9? He may have won 9 games out of 9. I don't know. I don't have much of a head for numbers. I'm not a PhD mathematician.
So slight discussion. Oh no, it's just give me back my hand.
And did I understand correctly that Matt has a background in Magic the Gathering?
He does. I think I heard that from one of his friends. He was a former Magic player.
Yeah.
Not sure what level he played at, but from the grasp he has of card games in general.
Yeah, it's a great game for demonstrating a player's capacity for fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Playing Magic makes you better at all the other card games. Just because Magic is so simple, you have to focus on the absolute root questions of CCG play.
Absolutely.
And that's maybe where, even with only 50 games under his belt,
he's already
doing so well.
A semi-final, a top 4 match in a fairly competitive Kotei, I would say.
Most competitive Kotei ever hosted. Most important L5 tournament in history. We've been over this. So he had no answer for the Cloud of the Mind.
Or maybe he's just slow rolling the answer.
Maybe.
I mean, he can let go in the middle of a fight.
He can, but he wants the information of what he's cycling. Like the favored niece is an ability. You don't want to waste time using it. You want to filter out your bad cards and get to your good cards.
You do want to use it as immediately as possible. So we can only assume that Jeremie has used his favorite niece twice already this turn.
No, he hasn't used it all yet.
But maybe he
Look at
has.
his discard pile.
Yeah, it's still the Cork games on top. It's true. So obviously fairly satisfied with what he has in hand.
I guess so. That's got to be mildly intimidating.
Yeah, somewhat.
Every card in his hand is killer. So he's going for the Fire Ring.
Clever choice, I think.
I think he's going to try and... well, actually, he has good options. He could try and dishonor the favorite niece, or he could try and honor his own to turn her into a military threat.
I think he probably wants to honor his own.
So we're seeing a defense from Matt. So we're seeing a total of 5 politics versus 5.
Now charge is going to be an interesting one here.
And the first card played is Miramoto's Fury. It's going to bow the Yogo Illusionist.
Will we see a ready for battle here? We know that he's running it. And the cost is going to be negated from the City of Lies.
He didn't use it, I don't think.
He might have popped it again this turn.
Maybe without just...
It's hard, it's hard for us.
That's why he's putting the honor token on it, you see?
Without...
Oh, maybe that's to show that it's been used, that the discount's been used.
Yes.
Yeah, so the...
Hard for us to know what verbally passes between the two players, but the game state that we're seeing right now, the City of Lies has been active. He's not used Fate.
And I think the City of Lies, the 2 City of Lies face up in the provinces, are really appropriate for Matt. Because Matt, as we're learning, is the master of lies. The prince of lies. So him being the governor of 2 cities of lies, it perfectly fits with what we've learned about him as a character and as a player.
So that conflict was a big investment for Jeremie. Well, a big investment in terms of his board presence.
But it didn't earn him anything.
It didn't get him anything.
But at the same time, the favorite niece could come back with a Ring of Water, which has Fate on it as well, so it's a tempting target.
Absolutely.
And would force a defense. Therefore, it's a unassuming Jimbo comes down.
All right.
So
he's going to be pressuring a province.
I think the Ring of Water would be a really strong choice here because it gives him options.
Yeah,
he can bow the favorite niece. He can straighten his own favorite niece. or he can just contest the second ring with his meek informant.
Absolutely.
It means he's unlikely to get any provinces, but he's going to come in, he's going to get 2 rings, he's going to get the favour.
And there are incremental advantages that are going to stand to Matt if he gets them at this point in the game. Like, you can already see that he's got the honoured status in one of his cards. That's going to be important. That's going to be important for when it comes down to maybe playing your Forged Edict, playing
through that favourite niece right now. She's 2 Forged Edicts, and she's not going anywhere still. She's got 2 fate left on her.
And she can run into a shameful display with impunity.
And she's not getting hit by a Ring of the Void right now.
No.
So she's hanging around. She's 4/4. She's 2 Forged Edicts if he needs them.
Yep.
She's a bank.
She's a bank. She's a massive bank. And as soon as the Let Go comes online,
she's back cycling
cards.
The irony being that the only person who really could have helped her with the Cloud of the Mind is herself.
True.
So we're seeing deep. Oh no! I thought we were seeing deep thought. In fact, Matt had again stepped away from the table to consult with the judge.
Mind games happening again.
Mind games. It's all mind games. Got to leave Jeremie just stew a little bit.
Yep.
You know, let his brain cook itself in its own juices.
So he's going to declare the water ring. It's going to be water, military.
He's going to claim a point of fate from it.
And does he go back into meditations? Or does he go somewhere else?
No, he put a fate on the unassuming Yojimbo.
So he's
what he really wants here is to find the shameful display.
Yes, he does. And there he goes. He's going to go.
And as we've seen from Matt is very good at hitting provinces.
Hitting the right provinces.
Yeah. So what we're going to see, are we going to see a repeat of his previous skill in missing the restoration of balance and finding that shameful display? Where's the lady? And
that's not the lady.
It's a 3-strength province.
Is it public forum?
I guess it must be. It's not shameful display, I think. Where's Baz? Is he running public forum? Jeremie? I'm just getting a deck check here to see what the card is. I think it must be public forum.
I can only imagine, but this is a farmable province as well. This is a.
Thank you. So he's running Secret Cache and Transposition, Meditations on the Town, Massing at Twilight, and Shameful Display. And
is that Massing at Twilight?
No, it's Shameful Display. He
has found it.
He found it. That's the only 3-strength province he's running.
It didn't look like it.
It didn't, but I can read the 3. But it doesn't. Is it 8?
It doesn't look like Massing at Twilight.
No, it definitely isn't. It's a mystery province, folks. We'll never know.
Such are the trials and tribulations of streaming.
Jeremie playing some mind games of his own, having a province that's completely illegible. What province am I attacking? I'll never know.
I don't know.
I'll never know.
You don't know either.
But it's a political conflict, and he's swinging in with a total of only 2 strength.
And it was a void province. It is Shameful Display because he did get
so he found it. He's not quite cracking it though.
Not showing an uncanny ability to do this. Maybe he's a magician.
Maybe he's a wizard. Yeah. He played magic, so.
He did play magic.
Magic is something that wizards do.
It is. So this being a political conflict, what do you think the line of play for Matt here is going to be? Do you think he's actually going to try and break this?
I feel like, honestly,
it's certainly too political.
That Ring of Fire he claimed on defense, right?
Oh, it's 3 political actually. He doesn't have to commit anything.
He has the favor.
He has the favor. So choices have to be made with no real cost on that side.
But Jeremie has no fate, so he doesn't have the option of playing Miramoto's Fury. That's his primary defensive option here. Is
Jeremie has 5 fate.
Oh no! Oh,
he
is that his fate bank there?
Okay. Bank.
Okay, he's got lots of fate.
So
he does have the option to play Miramoto's Fury.
Fate worse than death is a legitimate thing. He's also got an assassination that he can play. We know he has an assassination in hand, but that's going to drop him.
But he wants to drop.
He wants to drop, but how much does he want to drop? That's the question. Because he's going to drop another 1 from this. This is going to be 4 loss. So he's just going to let it break.
He's just going to let it break.
Possibly a wise decision.
I think so.
And we're going to see, I can only imagine we're going to see the favoured niece straighten from this.
Or Jeremie's favoured niece could be bad. Prevent him from initiating another conflict.
True.
Both are fine options. I think as a sort of conservative, controlling player, but he knows as well that Jeremie is running ready for battle.
It's true.
So he may not want to battle the favored niece and might want to send straight to zone because it's guaranteed to stick.
But he's kind of already represented that he doesn't have ready for battle, and you know that Matt has full knowledge of Jeremie's hand.
His hand from the Meek Informant, of course.
So while we haven't seen every single card that was in it, Matt, in an ideal world, knows every single card, knows what his line of play is, and remembers what 11 cards he had. I think my memory's not that good anymore. No. I don't know about you, Jack.
After how many games have these guys played in the last 2 days?
Oh, my brain would be mush flowing out my ears.
So here comes the Goblin Sneak.
Oh.
The sneakiest Goblin of all.
The sneakiest sneak
So he
in the
did
world.
go to bow the favored niece in the end.
Yes.
We must assume forcing out the Goblin Sneak, knowing it was in hand, forcing Jeremie to invest in this kind of subpar character.
Well, is it that subpar at the moment? Because
it really depends on what else is in the hand. Is there a bonsai in the hand? Is there a Legion of One in the hand?
It depends what he's going to hit. Like,
so
I don't think.
He's thinking about it.
I don't think he particularly wants to hit either of those provinces.
No. Secret Cache still waiting to turn up.
And yeah, Secret Cache and Meditation's
wouldn't be so bad. I mean, he'd lose the Fate, but the Goblin Sneak isn't exactly a high impact.
No,
once he's on the table, he's
not quite. Not quite. But Matt has ways and means here. He's got ways of dealing with this conflict. I don't foresee another ring being claimed in this turn.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Again, it depends on what's in the hand. He's got tons of Fate. His Fate count is a little bit off camera for us, so we can't quite see exactly how much he has.
Maybe 5, I think.
He's spending something anyway. Something's happening.
So he's bringing in another...
Kachiko.
Wait, what?
He drops Kachiko. There she is.
Oh, there she is with 1 Fate.
So he spent 6 Fate to drop Ryushi Kachiko.
Oh, that is rough.
Presumably he's dropped her into the conflict.
He might not have it. It might look like he's dropped her at home.
And there's the Legion of One.
Legion of One comes down.
And he's spending the Fate off the Goblin.
I see.
So
he's trying to ensure the crack.
Lots of military. All the military.
But that's fine. That's a trade of shameful displays. And quite a few cards out of Jeremie's hand at this point. Matt's still sitting
on a big bank of cards. All sorts of options.
Oh, and yes, she is in the battle because you see now that she's getting honored.
Yeah, shameful display.
Oh, that's actually really rough.
One is, can she not send the Goblin home because he's dash? No,
yeah.
he can go home, so I'm not sure why. Is there a favorable ground? No. I'm not sure why
he's not using that action.
Why he's invested in the Legion of One when Kachiko could just send him home.
It could be a simple play mistake. Let's see. I'm not actually sure how this plays out.
Kachiko sends him home bowed.
Well, maybe he's slow playing the home bowed because he wanted to use shameful display first.
I suppose. But no, but even so, I don't understand why after Kachiko hit the table, you'd
invest at all. Yeah. Well, he's got a bonsai in hand.
But Kachiko will send him home. His military power doesn't matter.
It's very true.
There's obviously something we're missing here because
test of courage. But that wouldn't straighten.
Back to the front.
Back to the front.
Gotta get the job done.
Superior tactics. This seems really strange. We must be missing something.
There must be something we're not understanding.
Yeah, we must be missing
something. Apologies, viewers at home.
You are still in your first round. It's the time of the round for skirmish players. You should be coming into your second round now.
Oh, so there's the charge.
Yunako comes in.
Oh, that's big because now he can switch the base stats and make him just go home bowed.
You can't do that.
No?
Doesn't work. No, you can't switch the dash because it can't be modified.
Ah, I see.
Man,
I'm puzzled.
Here. Yeah.
I think it's my lack of knowledge of how Kachiko interacts with dash.
Yeah, maybe something we're not understanding there. But she's she's 6 military now. Is Jeremie running Mono no Awari? Jeremie running Mono no Awari? Just checking the deck list for something here.
So he spent 1 fate here to the. He spent 1 fate 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 to the. He
illusionist to discard Chico's honor token.
To discard a status token, yeah, that's right, that's right.
Which is good because having a 6/9 Kachiko. No, okay. So there's no Mono no Aware in Jeremie's deck, which, if you're looking at the board here, it would be a great play for him.
It's the right time for it.
Not an option, unfortunately. Getting rid of that Yojimbo, getting rid of Kachiko. That'd be a value investment.
Yeah, for sure. But I gotta say, the board state is looking quite favourable in Matt's favour.
Big stuff, for sure. Well, this void conflict has yet to be resolved, though. So
it's true.
Like I don't see how he loses. But nope. We're not quite done yet. Nope, they're done. Okay. And that's a third ring. Oh.
And he takes the fate off Kachiko.
Yeah.
So that's a fine play.
That's tough to spend the 6 fate and to get basically nothing for it. The province didn't break. He did save the province.
So Jeremie will have to go back there if he wants to gain any momentum whatsoever.
But he gained some momentum right now because Matt made a 6 fate investment, which is gone. It's done.
True.
6 fate for 1 play. Save the province, but that's his whole bank of fate gone.
But I mean, he's actually not finishing in that bad a position because this is essentially a board wipe, and he's going to end up with better position than Jeremie. Jeremie's going to drop to 6 honor, while Matt stays at 7.
So fate goes on the Ring of Air, becoming a tempting target.
The Imperial Favor will stay with Matt.
He's flipping it over to military. Now, I have to say, is it just me? Because, I freely admit I'm pretty dumb. Or is this matchup deeply, deeply opaque? Is what's going on in this game of L5R just obfuscated beyond sense and reason?
Well, I think for one player it is. I think for Jeremie right now, because he doesn't have the information that Matt has the information advantage. I think for Matt, the line of play is pretty clear. I think for Jeremie, it's a lot more fuzzy because he doesn't know what he's rocking himself into. He doesn't know what he's putting himself in. And now, this is going to be interesting, I think, after this dynasty phase, to see how both players bid. This is one of those times, again, when I think Matt will surprise us with how he bids.
Or won't surprise us and will bid 5.
Possibly won't. I don't think a 5 bid is going to be in his favour.
We said that before, Andy. We said that 3 times.
We really did.
And he showed us up every time.
He could bid 5.
Actually, he has a 100% track record.
He could legitimately bid 5 here. He could. Because the air ring is a really nice prospect at the moment because it has 2 fade on it.
And he's first player.
And he's first player, so a 5 bid could definitely be a thing here. It'll also be interesting to see what Jeremie does because I think he does not have card advantage at the moment. And he desperately wants to get some sort of flexibility and some sort of...
Yogo Hiroi coming out for Matt.
And I think just in general, Matt has a higher quality of
his
characters
board
on the board.
is much more aggressive for sure.
Yeah.
Yushi Liar is still a really quality card. Astonished to see Shisuro Miyako in Jeremie's row.
A ninja?
A bad card, more is what I'm thinking about. She's distinctly unimpressive with the 3 fate.
She's quite an investment. And I'm not sure in this particular game he's going to want to invest that in that card.
No, I don't think so. But there's another favorite niece face up in the province, so
I think it's a much better investment to go with.
She'll be back, having taken a brief holiday,
a brief hiatus from
she's
the limelight.
Returned to be favored once again.
And again, this is a game of intrigue. I feel this is a game of. There's no real powerhouse.
But that's kind of what I mean when I say that. Is this game really opaque? It's very unclear to me who's ahead. I mean, Matt has taken a province and Jeremie hasn't, but it's only one. It's not a distinct long-term advantage.
No, and there's no battering ram here.
And what the consequences of the plays are do not feel clear to me in the same way that they felt clear to me in previous matchups.
Agreed. I see your point.
Strikes me as an extremely taxing and difficult matchup to play.
No doubt.
Bids.
So before bids come in, he's going to switch some honor around.
And the thing is, Matt can't answer that right away.
No.
Because they have to do bids first. So now Jeremie has the opportunity to try and take advantage of the fact and deny Matt his stronghold activations for clever bidding. That's going to be hard to do, I think.
Hard to pull off. You'd have to have a read on what Matt's going to bid.
Yeah, so 5 versus 5. And Matt is
it's 5 versus 4?
4 again.
Oh no, it's 5 versus 4 in favor of so Matt bidding 5, Jeremie bidding 4. And you're going to see the stronghold sort of equalize this.
Yeah.
Not fully equalize it, but it's 8 plays 6 or 8 plays 5.
5 plays 8, and now it's going to go back to
6 plays 7.
So you're going to see this this sort of dance of honor draining down slowly, point by point. They're going to be eventually kind of hovering lower and lower and lower as the shared pool of honor.
And here we go. Let go has now been used on Cloud the Mind, so Favored Niece is back and operational.
But we're going to see this sort of shared pool of honor that they're passing back and forth between them dwindle over turns as dishonored characters leave play, as unopposed defenses are taken, until eventually we're going to see both players hovering around the 2 or 3 mark, at which point you're going to see someone shift gear and go for the kill.
So here we see it. Straight away, Matt knows, okay, I'm going for air. It's got 2 fade on it. It's the high value play. He's going into meditations on the Tau. Who he's going with is the question.
I'm assuming Azubo, who just used covert to block one of the Biushi Liars.
Very nice, very nice.
And he's got the military favor. So he's coming in with a strength of 4 versus Jeremie's defensive strength of 1.
Yep.
That means he's not breaking the province, but only barely. Both strongholds have been activated for the turn, so cards like Assassination are less tempting than they might be otherwise. That security blanket of knowing you can steal a bit of point back with the stronghold is
interesting as well that he
left at the size of Matt's hand.
He left Hiroi at home. Not wanting to commit her to the fight. Of course, it's military. He's not wanting to commit her to a military fight, but not wanting to commit her because I feel like he wants to set up a Forged Edict against
another Goblin Sneak.
I feel like Matt's setting up for a Forged Edict on a Fate Worse Than Death. I feel like that's what he's gaming for here.
Well, he's not so much. He's not threatening. It's not that he wants to do it, but he wants Jeremie to know that he can do it.
That he can, yeah.
Because that's enough. Mission accomplished. As long as that honorable courtier is there, he can't play a Fate Worse.
Part of the game at the moment will be creating enough of a distraction so that Jeremie doesn't remember.
So there's the assassination coming down, dropping Matt to 3 honor.
Which is going to be fine. He's going to claim 2 back, I'd say.
Oh no, I don't think so. Because again, take 1. To think about it, it's the honor pool is
shared.
There's 1 honor pool in this game, passing back and forth between them. By adding 2 honor, he's introducing 2
fresh
new points
honor
of honor into the pool for both players. Whereas by taking 1, the pool is staying net the same, but he's getting a better slice of it.
Plus, his stronghold is still going to be active for the next turn. Yeah, it's a fair point.
So that assassination, as much as it was about, but did it get Forged Edicted? Because that Goblin Sneak is still in play. Or is Jeremie considering? No, because nobody's dishonored it. I think he's considering. Or possibly he doesn't have a Forged Edict, but he really wants Matt to think he does. So he's going, wait a second.
Maybe.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Or maybe he's thinking the Forged Edict on Forged Edict.
Maybe.
Can you do that?
Yeah. You can.
Yeah.
The guy just was dreaming it, so.
Do you guys need some shop and drink right now?
Water, please. Actually, I have water right here. I'm fine. So we see the assassination go through successfully on the liar or the blackmail artist with fate on him. So a small little economic edge carved out there. But that assassination was played because he didn't play it on the Goblin Sneak to help him break the province.
He's still claiming air. He's taking the 2.
Oh, so he did. Nervous about getting dishonored out, I suppose. But the thing is, he could have played the assassination there to help him secure a province break.
But I don't think that's what his game is right now.
That whole play was actually just to let him assassinate that.
Just to get the Biushi Liar off.
That blackmail artist.
A blackmail artist, sorry.
He wanted to remove the blackmail artist. That's what that whole conflict was about.
Subtle play there. Really nicely
Obscure.
done. Yeah.
Opaque.
Veiled. Everything is thinly veiled.
Or thickly veiled.
Quite thickly veiled, probably.
That's an interesting thing, like thinking about how you spend your conflicts. They're a resource that you spend throughout the turn,
Yes.
and what you can spend them to do. He wasn't like his priority there was the removal of that blackmail artist.
Yeah.
He spent his air conflict, he spent his unassuming Ajimbo to get that done. Not trying to break a province, not even really caring about his honor, because his honor is one less than it was when he started.
Yeah.
Enough to keep the stronghold alive, but the main goal there was he spent that conflict to kill a character.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting way, like in terms of achieving things in this game, the resources you have to do it.
Yeah.
Thinking of your conflicts in terms of what is my actual goal, and what his actual goal there was very clear. And well executed.
There's a slight contentious point here for Jeremie. It's, does he even declare conflict here?
So the nice thing about the blackmail artist is that you can't not defend against it. Like just by attack. Oh, he hits a secret cache. That's never fun. But by attacking with the blackmail artist, letting it go uncontested is a 2-point honor loss.
Yeah.
And the ring.
Oof.
He's such a little dweeb of a character. This little 2-fate 1-2 nerd. And just by going, I'm going to send this one military, 2 politics guy into your province. If you don't answer him, I'm taking 2 honor from you, and I'm getting the ring.
Yeah.
So you can force people to invest, over-invest substantially in defenses that don't feel worth it. And like, there's a psychological toll to doing that too, in terms of going, oh, this feels so bad, I'm not happy about it.
But I feel like the options for, and we're going to see that he's going to defend with Hero Way.
And that's 2 fate for 5 fate.
Yeah.
You know? He's now he's getting, there's a court games
to dishonor. Yeah.
Presumably, or potentially to, actually I'm not sure why.
I think he just wants to take a bunch of honor off the table.
Yes, I suppose so. Reduce that pool again. And
he's probably gonna use fire, I would say, to dishonor the Goblin Sneak.
So I'm not sure how much time is left in this game.
Not a lot, I would say.
Looking at the clock, which is not accurate to this game, it says 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
I'd say we're not far off.
But not far from that. So now we're looking at tiebreakers again. And the big story here is that Matt has taken 1 province, and Jeremie has taken none. Matt has the Imperial favor, so that's 3 points. To Jeremie's 2 points for being the higher honorable player. But that's why he's played that court games, because that's going to drop Jeremie down to 6.
It's a fragile thing.
And then all it takes is 1 stronghold activation.
And then all of a sudden you're ahead again.
He doesn't need to be ahead. By
to
tying them up on honor, he removes
denying.
Jeremie's tiebreaker points.
But even
again,
still,
we could see a Fate Worse Than Death played here for the 1-point honor loss, and it could, it could be game deciding.
Yeah, it really could. I do think we're going to see a forged edict on Matt's side. Oh, he's gone for policy debate, I think.
I don't see how this game ever ends in an hour.
I actually think that there could be 2 provinces, could be another province broken from Jeremie this turn. Okay, so slight difference in the bids there. I think Matt bidding just 1 more than his opponent.
Yeah, so his dreams of preventing Jeremie from getting the 2 points for being the most honorable player, they're gone now. That's not happening anymore.
No, but he's going to go for another province. He's probably going to break that other province.
Yeah. So I'll be really interested to see if we wind up in the nightmare scenario of having to cast another one of these games for a Scorpion final with a 90-minute time limit. Is that going to be enough for it to reach a decisive conclusion?
Oh my God.
Or is there a potential that this, the most important L5 tournament in history, could be decided by tiebreakers?
I hope not.
There's no such thing as a mod win in the final, Andy.
I hope not.
There's no such thing as a mod win in the final.
So he's going to go. Okay, he's going to go Earth. Chip away at the hand. And this is
Massing at Twilight.
Oh, and it sucks too because she's an 8/8.
This is the problem of Massing at Twilight.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
that hurts.
There's a lot of cards in hands that could come down, but there's a lot of cards from Matt too that could potentially answer Jeremie's defensive tricks.
I think we're probably going to see Jeremie drop a Fate Worse Than Death here.
Bam, there it is. And is there a forged edict to answer it? He has no choice. He has to play his out.
And there it is.
There's
it's
the
forged edict. Probably on Hero Way. Oh no, no, no! Don't take the honored status. That seems like a bit of a blunder.
It does. Hiroe would have been the.
Hiroe would have been the obvious choice there.
They're unaware of the time. It's very easy to get in sort of the tunnel.
It's true. It's true.
And he's thinking of the future.
Yeah.
Even so, I feel like breaking that province would have been to his advantage.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Oh, and he gets the assassination.
I think
relevant.
That's not important.
Not super relevant. But what is relevant? Oh, what's going on here?
He's cycling cards.
Cycling cards. Okay.
He has a lot of fate too, so if he wants to drop it out.
So now let's take a look at the board state, right? Goblin Sneak versus Yoga Hiroe and a favored niece. So Matt has 5 fate left in his bank.
And knowing that this turn was going to end, therefore, and that no player would have the necessary 5 points to secure an immediate unmodified win. Not that there's any such thing as a mod win at this point, but no player would have the 5-point lead to secure an immediate win. The reason he took that favored niece token was that he knows that this turn is the turn that decides the game.
Yeah.
So by leaving Hiroe honored, by leaving the favored niece honored, his board is still healthy.
Yep.
Whereas with a dishonored Hiroe, maybe it's not looking as well. He has held on to those 2 City of Lies
the entire
all game. He has clogged up 2 provinces.
Possibly because he knows that by drawing cards from his deck, by bidding 5 or bidding high, drawing cards, he's actually giving himself an awful lot of fuel.
So, my bold prediction. Oh no, it depends actually.
It's a bid one. He's bidding one.
So this is it, right? If Jeremie passes first, Matt can use his stronghold. No, so Matt can use his stronghold either way. But if he's not angling for that 1 fate for passing first, he can use his stronghold in the dynasty phase, put them both on 5. If, however, he wants that fate and he passes first, he can't bid 5. Because a bid of 1 from Jeremie will end the game.
We'll end the game straight away.
So look at the size of their hands.
I think that's his discard pile.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think it is.
It was. He just put it back down.
No. Jeremie's hand.
Jeremie's hand is still. I think Jeremie's hand is still about 10 cards.
And like every card in your hand, to a point, is multiplying the amount of information about the game state that you need to track in your head. If you've got 13 cards in hand, you're like, what are my options? If you've got 3 cards in hand, what are my options? These are my 3 options.
If you make a decision tree of your options.
Yeah, like, you're getting the most efficient play out of a 13-card hand is much harder than getting the most efficient play out of a 2-card hand.
It's brain melting, especially in a deck that has so many options, because there are very few dead cards in either player's hand, I would say, especially if you're playing lots of conflict characters. It's like, who do I play when? We saw it from a play mistake.
Matt has 12 fate.
It's a lot of fate. It's a lot of fate.
And Byushi Shouju is sitting in a province, so that's a good way to spend it right there. Byushi Shouju.
Kachiko.
Byushi Shouju is especially good at murdering favored nieces.
I hear he's fairly good at it.
She's not his favorite niece.
No, she is not. But a Yoga Hiroe on the other side and a
Byushi Nako.
Byushi Nako, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I still feel like I would have used Hiroe for that Forged Edict.
I think so too, because that would have been another province broken.
Okay, so the one thing to consider, I suppose, is by giving up the honor token on the niece, you're encouraging Jeremie to be happy with what he's done. He's achieved and doesn't need to invest anymore. Whereas if he tries to save it with Hiroe and Jeremie has additional defensive answers, now he's put himself in a worse position. Whereas if he just counterspells it with the favorite niece, Jeremie might be content to go.
It's true.
Good
yeah,
enough.
No problem. I've done my job here. No need to invest anything more.
And then you still get the ring. Your board is still healthier for the next turn, and your hand is still healthy and well fueled.
Yeah, it's true. And that's again going back to the opaqueness of this game, the mind games.
Mind games. Matt, Prince of Lies, light.
So Yunako's going to come in with no fate.
Because this is the last turn of the game. And as he has the initiative, he's not too worried about the Ring of Water.
Mm-hmm.
So he can bring her out, and that's fine. He's looking to break a province here.
interestingly, Shoju not coming out either, which represents to me that a charge.
12 face.
There's a charge in hand and
a
Kachiko and possibly more.
Worse than death. And more. And here come the bids. And three and 2, was it? Yeah, so Matt's paying 1 honor, dropping to 3 for 7. So as it stands right now, it's still Matt is 1 tiebreaker point ahead. The game's on a knife edge.
Absolutely.
On a knife edge. A broken province for either player will decide the game. Even if Jeremie can claim the favor.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
The favor could be that it could be as simple as that. Who gets the favor? In which case, a 3 glory Kachiko dropped at the end of the conflict phase.
Oh, crushing.
Could be a game deciding play. She doesn't even need to do anything. She just turns up.
She just needs to turn up and have glory.
So Matt activating a stronghold. I really don't think. Well, the Ring of Air will get him to 6 honor. And then with a dishonored character leaving play, a fate worse than death, he could potentially sneak the most honorable player tiebreaker as well. But Jeremie obviously has so many cards in hand too that I feel like so he's pitching cards to his favorite niece. Our producers have left, so there's no way for us to get a time check on the match.
So favorite niece being activated on both sides.
Both players looking for those cards that are going to help them decide the game. Cloud the Mind ditched on Matt's side. Not unlike the dwarves from Disney's Snow White, they dig. It's what they like to do.
It's insightful.
Yeah,
it's insightful. So active players, Jeremie. He's deciding now. Okay, how do I want to construct a victory here? How can he construct a victory?
By breaking a province, keeping the honor lead, or by claiming the favor.
I don't think claiming the favor is actually going to happen. I don't think he's going to have enough in the tank to claim the favor away.
With 4 glory on the table for Matt, it's a big ask.
Yeah.
Provinces definitely feel like the
more likely approach. But again, it's like Mark Armitage calls this the murderer's row of provinces.
That's true. And so he's going into the 4th province. He knows what it is.
He knows it's going to be meditations, which is completely irrelevant.
Hurt him at all. It's fine.
But it's a 5-strength province.
It is. But Bayushi Unako makes breaking provinces a lot easier.
But the problem here is Hiroe can defend, and with the favorable ground, get the hell out again.
He can, but if Jeremie's sending his guys in anyway, Hiroe hops in the way with his 4 politics. Unako swaps those 4 politics to military, and Hiroe is providing no defensive value whatsoever.
Very true.
Unako is a great tool for breaking provinces.
He is.
It looks like, considering it, so the favorite niece is going to defend against this military water conflict. And is it just the goblin who's gone? I think it is. Just the goblin versus the favorite niece. And again, this is where Jeremie's Lion Splash is potentially going to be really useful.
Yes.
+3, and there's the Legion of 1 in his hands. Putting him up to 4 military.
Yep.
Versus Matt's 2. But he needs 6 to break the province, 7 to break the province because of the holding. So he's a bit of a ways off yet.
Slight. And there's the Miramoto's Fury. Last Miramoto's Fury coming down.
And there's ready for battle.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
When that answer came out like a gunshot.
Immediately.
And there's another ready for battle.
Another Miramoto's Fury, another
now
ready for battle.
Matt's sweating.
Yep.
Now he's sweating.
Well, not really. He's not really losing anything here.
Not yet, but we must assume we've seen the Legion of 1. There must be a plan to break this province.
I'm fairly certain Matt has an answer. And here we see it. It could be a fate worse than death.
And it is.
It
Down
is.
the well you go, Goblin Sneak. The most expensive fate worse than death ever played.
Probably the lowest value, but
presumably
not
the Goblin will be kind of happy down the well. He's a Goblin. They like small, dark, damp places. It's perfect for him. But that's a point that, crucially, for deciding the game, is 2 points of dishonor.
That is 2 points of dishonor.
That they have forgotten to track. Oh no, they haven't. But that's 2 points of dishonor. That's drawing Matt that little bit closer to
To the brink.
To the
honor.
edge. Again, he only needs to get them to parity. He doesn't need to be the most honorable player. Jeremie not being the most honorable player is enough.
Yep. And again, not very much use of resources here. No need to commit anything to this fight. And with Hiroe out, he can also just very easily just feint an attack with Hiroe, drag a resource of Jeremie's in, and then just bail out again. And deny a ring that maybe Jeremie needs.
Air, for instance.
Air is probably the most, air and fire are currently the most important rings.
So Add Up to Shadows comes down. So Jeremie isn't quite done with this conflict yet.
Okay.
He wants that water ring. He wants to bow out Yogo Hiroe.
He does.
Because that will help him secure that province.
And a bonsai.
And now he is on 6. So not quite breaking.
Is he going to lose the honor?
Oh no, he's not quite breaking. He's very carefully thinking about whether he's going to spend that honor. I feel like if he's not breaking the province,
and he does.
Going for it. Okay.
He goes for it.
I feel like that was potentially very dangerous. That could be a game-losing play.
We'll very soon see. I mean, that one honor is going to be huge, and he knows that the air ring is a dicey prospect.
Well, no, because he wins this, he bows Hiroe. I mean, Matt is representing that he has a big conflict character in hand, but
maybe he doesn't.
We must assume that he does. He's running quite a few of them. I really wish we could get a proper time check. You see a TO or a judge or any of those kind of useful people anywhere? I don't. There's Alex Watkins. He is looking at his clock and going into the feature table now, so we may get something. Oh no, he's just reading his text messages. Mind games.
All the mind
That's
games. It's like maybe slight paranoia in the commentary booth here. Everything's mind games. It's all a work.
It's all a work, brother.
It's all a work.
Everything's a work.
It's the simulator. We're living in a simulation.
The simulation apparently built and tested, or built and calibrated just to test Elfangor results. And so yeah, Alex is now over at the table, checking what's up. I think we may be seeing the final moments of this game. Favorite niece is leaving the conflict behind. Province still isn't breaking.
No, the province is breaking.
Did break. Oh, because she's 6 now versus. Interesting that he moved the favorite niece home then.
Well, he wanted to have someone straight.
Oh yes. But he's lost the province anyway. That's
a big swing actually.
That's 4 tiebreaker points for Jeremie to 3 tiebreaker points for Matt.
He must have a plan. He's going for fire. Fire into
fire for that point of honor.
Yes.
And why not just take air?
And there has to be an opposition here.
There does. It's really cold in here, viewers.
It's fairly cold. But the alternative would be that it would be warm, moist, and smelly.
Smelly.
So I'm okay with it being cold.
I feel like we're the ones who've been thrown down the well.
We have been thrown down the well, Jack. We exist in the well. We are the well.
It's the well full of soup, Andy.
Oh, Jesus. The soup was thick this weekend.
How much time is left in this game? They're in the final. That's what I thought. So you got results here. Oh, so we're getting a result.
Oh, it's
so
going to be.
It's going to be.
There will be a scorpion in the final.
In the final. We knew that already.
At least one.
There may be 2. There is still. Oh no, this is the Scorpion Mirror. There is definitely going to be.
There's at least one.
So we got another all Scorpion game coming
up
after this one. If your brains aren't mush yet, they'll be mush by the time we're through with you.
90 minutes after this match, I think both of us are going to be mush too.
Will we get to see that game come to a conclusion?
I don't think we will. We are not going to get this game to come to a conclusion.
No, well, we are, but on tiebreakers. But with the extra 30 minutes,
I don't see it.
Are we going to see a definitive winner crowned? Alternatively, are the judges here going to make the insane decision of letting the final game be untimed? And we'll be watching the Scorpions suck honor off each other for 30 years.
For eternity. For all eternity. Okay,
the
so we've got
second edition of the game will come out 5 years from now, and this final will still be being played.
So we've got we've got a defense here.
And with 3 honor versus 5, the honor parity again is kind of slipping out of.
Oh no, maybe not.
Matt's
Maybe
reach.
he's rethinking the favored niece defending.
He's still got a lot of fate.
He does.
I feel like that
Kachiko
remains.
It's a reality. It's a reality. It's one that's got to be. I mean, you've got to play this pretty honest if you're Jeremie. You've got to feel like he has it in hand, like he's representing it. I think 5 conflict characters have come down for Matt this game, which means he's got 5 left in the deck.
Yep. Playing the maximum allowable number, because anytime in a card game where there's a limit on the number of things you can do, you should play at that limit.
You should.
That limit has been put there for a reason.
Yes, it has. So if you have decent cards, you play 3 of them. 3 or none. That's not true. It's not universal anyway.
You're not allowed to play fewer than 40 cards. You play 40 cards.
Well, that's the thing. I've seen some 45 card decks. We have streamed.
We have, but
game
where are those people now, Andy?
It's very true, Jack. It's very true.
Where are those people now?
And that's it. The slight inefficiencies created by running a 45 card deck can be significant. I mean, imagine if Matt was running 45 cards in that previous game and he doesn't see his third Fate Worse Than Death.
Different game.
It's a different game.
Actually, I think he probably still won.
He probably still wins, but depending on which one he sees
with
and
less
when.
style.
Yeah, it was less
Matt's all about
panache.
playing with style.
He is.
And mind games.
And mind games.
So we're seeing a fire conflict here. Favored niece versus Yunako.
This is a big conflict. This one has to be. And there comes
for shame.
For shame, yeah.
So I guess it must be favored niece versus favored niece then, because Yunako is not a court here.
Yunako's not a court, but that's not Yunako, is it?
Oh no, it's not. It's a manipulator.
Yep.
My apologies. Or is it black metal artist?
It's a black metal artist.
No, it's not. It's Bushi manipulator.
No, it's manipulator.
Yeah, Bushi manipulator. These scorpions still look the same to me.
So wondering now whether to bow or whether to dishonor.
I think he can't dishonor.
And I think he's going to forge the edict. Or something happened there.
Didn't work.
Maybe it was a court game?
No,
so
he is dishonoring.
He is dishonoring, okay. He does have the forged edict in hand.
But that forged edict to cancel a for shame is the same as not playing a forged edict, because you just dishonor anyway.
Unless you dishonor Hiraway.
Unless you dishonor her. So we're seeing Shoju is
charged in. Yeah. And that's bad news. That's very bad news, because this is going to be a fire win ring, a fire ring win, unless something mad happens.
And Jeremie's hand is starting to look pretty small.
It is. It's in the single digits at least.
For shame on Shoju. So the thing about these 4 shames, apart from the bowing,
they're solidifying
that honor lead,
that
honor tiebreaker, which is going to be so important in determining
and
the winner
now
of this game.
actually putting it within the bounds of a full loss, just losing on dishonor.
Yeah, actually that's true.
Because now a forged edict is a reality. If you play a forged edict here, you're pretty much guaranteeing that you're dead.
Wow, there's courage. He's taking the dishonor again. He's 1 point away from just losing flat out. Forget being the most honorable player.
So another conflict character coming in. This is insane. Oh, I mean, what he could be doing is he has Ring of Fire. He can just re-honor.
He could. Honestly, I feel like he's found himself now in a tough. He's going to get a province break here, though, right?
He is going to get a province break.
Yeah. And with two provinces down.
The problem is air. If there's any air or uncontested battle,
yeah,
he's got to have something in his pockets.
Niece is still just ready and waiting.
I mean, he's got two Fate Worse Than Deaths left.
That's true, and probably a second Kachiko, or potentially a second Kachiko anyway.
And definitely the Fate to Player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got
7 left.
So
very interesting.
They're tying up the numbers. The favor is coming into play. So that's 2.
I assume the manipulator's just going to die very soon.
It's military conflicts.
Oh, it's only in political
Can't
conflicts.
charge shows you into political conflicts. But it looks like Jeremie is... Oh, I see. Very good. So he's considering the value of the point of honor loss.
Oh, to return it to
return
hand.
Add up the shadows. Play her back out.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Because he doesn't want that province breaking.
No, because
And he
that's
only
the
needs to be ahead
tiebreaker
by
points.
1.
Yep.
So now, if my calculations are correct, we've got 2, 3 military strength, 4 with the favor.
What are we going to see here?
Something's getting spent, and it's an unassuming Yojimbo.
Very unassuming.
But this battle's taking place at Massing and Twilight, in fact, so the numbers are a bit bigger.
Oh, they are a bit
Shouju
bigger,
is,
that's true.
5, 6, plus 4, 10, plus 4, 14, plus the favor, 15. Versus Matt's. Well,
And the province will break.
Okay, that's...
Firing claimed, province breaks. Who is getting honoured or dishonored? And the dishonor goes there.
Stop her from getting up to any mischief.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing 2, 4 tiebreaker points for Jeremie.
Oh my gosh, this is intense.
Versus 4, 5 tiebreaker points for Matt. 1 point in the difference still.
Jesus. This is intense.
Down to the wire.
But the problem now is, where does... Matt has to attack somewhere. Where does he attack? Or not Matt, sorry. Jeremie has to attack somewhere. Where does he attack?
Jeremie doesn't have to attack.
Does he?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Matt's ahead by 1 point. My apologies. So Jeremie wants to claim air and win the game, right?
I think he does.
But he needs a point of skill to do it.
He does.
A point of skill he doesn't have. And remember, all 3 of his court games were played out.
That's true.
On like the
very
first
early
turn.
in the game.
So he can't re-honor her. His Legion 1s, they're both gone. I don't know if he's got another bonsai, but he's got his military conflict anyway.
He has to go political. The other thing is he has to go political, and the Kachiko is waiting in the wings. She's still a legitimate possibility, right?
I don't think he has a way.
I don't think he has an answer for her.
Oh, whatever. If Kachiko's there, yeah, he's toast.
And he doesn't have a way of getting any more political strength,
exactly.
right?
He only needs 1. A meek informant if he's running. Oh, there's Kachiko.
There's Kachiko. She comes down pre-conflict.
To help secure that favor.
And he's going for air.
Oh, and he's going.
If he goes for air and he gains 2, and that's the game. Yeah. Good game. Good game.
Confusing game.
Scorpion
win.
Complex.
Scorpion mirror. Scorpion win. The father of lies continues to the final.